the score sheet, but how did you kind of see this one fare out?
It was definitely a battle. I felt like there were times where we really pressed hard. I felt like there were times where they really pressed hard as well. Obviously, there's things that we want to do better, and when you give up 5 goals, you know, that's not a winning recipe. So I think we can be better in that area.
What are some of the things that your team needs to do better as the team collectively kind of gets ready for next Wednesday?
It kind of seemed like we turned a couple pucks over. That led to a couple outnumber rushes, a couple breakaways. Obviously, you don't want that happening once in a game, let alone like 3 or 4 times. So I just think simple plays like that and just making sure that we're bearing down at both blue lines.
3 power play goals for the Canucks tonight. You guys came into this game taking 30 minor penalties. Tonight, 8 more. Maybe talk about the discipline and how much of a role that played in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, going back to your last question with things that we need to do better, staying out of the box is one. I thought the penalty kill was actually pretty good at times, but when you take so many, they have some really good players on that team that can obviously find a way to put it in the back of the net.
Obviously not ideal asking you this question after a loss, but what are some of your thoughts that you've taken out of Oilers' main camp so far?
I feel like I've taken a lot. I think the guys have been really, really good to me and just helping me out here and there. I think the biggest thing is just how hard it really is to play up in this league. It's not easy. It's a grind every day. And I know that every night I got to bring it. I got to bring it, and as the competition keeps going here, it's like what he says, kind of the funnel gets smaller, and I got to be good every night.
As teams are kind of getting closer to the regular season opening, obviously you're seeing more NHL players draw in. Do you notice that? Do you notice the level of play kind of increasing with each game?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a little bit of those players coming into the lineup and also just guys getting their feet under them, getting more games in. Guys are now playing their 3rd, 4th, 5th game, so it's getting down to that time where it's the regular season and everyone's starting to buckle down.
Thank you.
Zach, just maybe take us through what you saw kind of transpire here tonight.
I mean, not a lot of rhythm. It was just kind of a special teams game for a lot of it, and just got to be sharper.
Your head coach talked about the pace of play. He wants that to kind of increase a little bit. It looked like the Canucks were kind of dictating the pace in a lot of areas of the ice. How can you guys collectively as a team increase that set pace?
Yeah, just we're a fast group. We just got to use our legs, move, and then stop the puck in their end, keep them from breaking out, and keep them in their end. Then we look fast, and they don't.
You came into tonight taking 30 minor penalties in 6 games, and then 8 more tonight. How much of a concern is that discipline aspect as you guys kind of inch closer to the regular season opener?
It's kind of weird. Preseason's weird like that. The call is kind of, everybody's trying to figure out the calls. A couple weird ones. I didn't even see the one, that I got. I didn't see the guy. Kind of instant on contact. A couple of those, but yeah, I mean, it'll clean up. It'll get a lot less sloppy when the regular season comes around. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Jay, how did you kind of see this one pan out tonight?
Well, that was a competitive game. We were in it right to the last second. We're down by one. I thought we had two great A's down the stretch there in the last minute or so. There were some good moments for us. Obviously, taking, I think it was 10 penalties tonight, the disparity between the teams was 10-2 for us, and taking 10 penalties, it's not, I don't believe, conducive to winning games. So there's things we can clean up and help ourselves with on that side of things.
Your team took the most penalties so far in the preseason coming into tonight, and then you add on 10 more, so 40 in the preseason. Is that a concern for you at all?
Well, I don't think we've dressed our full lineup every night. And I think what happens in the preseason is that there's mandates to make sure that there's crackdowns on infractions. And, we took 10 tonight. They only took 2. That gave their skill a chance to touch the puck more. Kept some people getting out of a rhythm or getting into a rhythm for us. But in the end, I thought our penalty kill was working hard. They did a lot of good things, but when you give their skill that much time, especially 5-on-3s, all that kind of stuff, in the end, it's asking too much. It's a bridge too far. And so for us, it's an area that we're going to have to clean up going forward. Obviously, we're one of the most disciplined teams in the league last year. We're going to need that going forward. And, we want to make sure that we're the team drawing penalties, not taking them.
You used the same word Zach Hyman did, rhythm. When it's hard to get in a rhythm like that, how do you coach that? What's the message on the bench for the players?
Well, what you want to do is make sure that you keep involving as many players as you can. Luckily, we have a lot of really good forwards that can kill up front, and just try to keep people moving so they wouldn't get cold. But in the end, we're built to play a 5-on-5 game, and didn't work out that way tonight. But what I really liked, and I'm going to go back to it, was our compete level. We weren't out of it all the way to the end. I thought our leaders, really dug in. It's a preseason game, but it was important to make sure that we put our best foot forward, and I thought we did. Found a way in a game where we took 10 penalties to score 4 goals and be right in it to the very end. So there are some good things, but there's some stuff that needs to get cleaned up.
Final question for me. Wanted to ask you about James Hamlin. How valuable and beneficial is it to have him in the late stages of main camp, learning from the top guys and just kind of being a part of the entire experience?
Yeah, you know what? I think James Hamlin is competing to make our team. I wouldn't just think it's a learning experience for him. He is laying it on the line every shift, every period, every single day. In fact, if you go to his practices, so I think it's, he's pushing, and good for him. Obviously, must be a big thrill to score a goal in the manner that he did, and who passed him the puck. But I'm not surprised. I've seen him do that at numerous different occasions, and I'm happy for him because he is pushing hard.